We're here at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson.
And here we are for a classic showdown between the Atlanta Thrashers and the Dallas Stars.
This isn't a great matchup for these guys. Now, they're a physical team that plays an aggressive brand of hockey, but that can lead them into penalties.
And they're up against one of the least penalized teams in the league.
Jim, their special teams will need to come up big.
Here's a look at tonight's referee with loads of experience. He calls a pretty tight game.
And Jim, when it comes down to dangerous hits or stick work, he simply won't allow it.
Face-off won by Medano.
He deked right past him.
Brings it out over the blue line.
Hit! A big, clean hit.
Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Shoved in front. Nurminen freezes the puck. And the faceoff is won by Arnott. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Moved over. Checked.
That was a great check.
Breakaway. The ref indicates a delayed call against Atlanta. McEachran will serve time for hooking. Dallas is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score. Builds confidence and keeps momentum going.
Rubbed off the puck by Haviland. It's stolen by Medano. Zubov grabbed it. Nurminen grabbed it into the attacking zone. Haviland over the blue line. He gets hit by Lettinen.
He really threw him off stride.
In all alone. In behind. Shove. Rink wide pass. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Zubov. Played across. In over the line. Robitaille checks him. Dallas Stars will make a line change. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Pushed off the puck. Shoots quickly. Pushed aside by Turco. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Morrow. Blocked. Flattened. That hit leveled him. Brings it out. Over the line. Shot from the wing by Aubin. Turco made the save. Out of their defensive end. Arnott bumped off the puck.
Great hustle.
Brings it out. In over the line. Dallas is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. Over the blue line. He gets pushed by McEachran. Brings it out. He gets checked by Arnott.
Now that was big time.
He gets called for interference.
Interference may only hold up a player for half a step, but that half a step can make all the difference.
And you can see the coach is having a word with the official about that last call. Atlanta will try and take advantage of a penalty here.
Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful.
They've got great skill in that first unit. Over the line. Nurminen gets muscled off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Big hit.
Now that's physical play.
Brings it out. In over the line. Medvedchuk is brought down on the breakaway, and the ref points to center ice. With a wrist shot, he scores! It didn't take long for them to allow that first goal.
The defense will have to do a better job if they want to stay in this game. You can't let a team think they can score on you at will.
He gets taken out by Boucher.
That was a huge check.
Turco freezes the puck. Bob Hartley brings an impressive track record to this young Thrashers squad.
Jim Hartley successfully coached in the Quebec and American Hockey Leagues before leading the Colorado Avalanche to a cup in 2001.
Face-off won by Barnes. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Cranked him.
That's going to leave a mark.
Short pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out.
That's real action.
Brings it out. In over the line. Bowled over.
No shortage of physical play here.
Brings it out. End to end. Passed across. Cranked him.
That was a heavy hit.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. In front. Nurminen. Blocker save. Brings it out. He gets laid out by Medvedchuk.
Full contact.
Goes behind his net. Over. Brings it out. Right in front. Nurminen hangs on for the whistle. What really impresses me about this guy is how quick he gets across the crease.
Well, he likes to stand tall in there, and that makes it easy to get post to post.
And the faceoff is won by Aubin. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. A lateral pass. In front. Great save by Turco. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Right in front. Nurminen hangs on for the whistle. The Thrashers have done a good job building their home ice advantage.
Well, you don't ever want a visiting team to think they can come in and pick up an easy 2 points on your home ice.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Stars. He gets roughed up by McEachran.
He got his man on that hit. Great hustle and a great hit.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. He scores, and we're tied at 1.
What a sweet wrist shot right there. He just picked his spot and snapped it home.
And that makes it a tie game.
Jim, the key here is to try to regain control. That's what will determine their scoring chances.
Heavy shot from the point by Corso. He misses. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Turgeon scores right upstairs.
He only had a split second to react to that pass. What concentration.
Atlanta now down by 1.
At least it's early, Jim. By mid-first period, there's not a lot of pressure to change strategy or juggle your lines just yet.
Brings it out. In over the line. Wrist shot by Petrovicki. Scores!
This is what's so great about the wrist shot. It's not as fast as a slap shot, but it's quicker to get off and way more accurate.
Atlanta ties it up midway through the first.
That'll relieve the pressure of playing from behind.
Knocked him off the puck. Keithley grabbed it at center. Over the line. Passed over. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. He gets out-muscled. Advances the puck. Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck.
You can't hit much harder than that.
Hard one-time shot by Kovalchuk. Played up. Leveled. Nice hit. Keithley in over the line. Turned aside by Turco. Passed ahead. Brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. The Thrashers are going to make a change. Shove. Turco freezes the puck. ref is ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Aubin. Thrashed.
That'll rattle your teeth.
Brings it out. Morrow corrals the puck. Hit.
That one rattled his cage.
Saved by Nurminen. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hard wrist shot by Aubin. Out of their defensive end. Offside. They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Stars. He gets run over by Stefan. Over the line. Fires it. Saved by Turco. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Hip checked. McEachran brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. One times it. Missed the net. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. In the corner. He gets pushed off the puck. Turned over by Stefan. Brings it out. Atlanta puts its scoring line out. DeMaio shoots the puck. Moved over. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shoots. Blocked. Right in front. Saved by Turco. Up through center. Into the attacking zone. Shoots the puck. The shot is blocked by Havelin. Nurminen freezes the puck. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Aubin won the draw. Moved back by Arnott. In over the line. Great save. Knocked over.
Lots of contact there.
Scramble. Moved up. Atlanta is under relentless pressure. Over the line. Flattened.
That's what you call a big-time hit.
Exelby. Kozlov. Wrist shot. Saved by Turco. In front. Leg save. Dallas under attack in its own end of the rink. Over the blue line. Nurminen turns it away. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone with a wrist shot. Blocked by Nurminen. Right in front. VJ. Wrist shot. Stone cold by Turco. Hard shot. Pad save. Brings it out. And there goes the horn to end the first period. After 20 minutes of play, we're tied at 2.
Next weekend for a sneak peek at next year's models from the world's top automobile manufacturers.
It's time to drop the puck for period number 2. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. And the face-off is won by Modano. He has his pocket pick checked. Heatley shoots the puck. Dave Tippett led the Stars to a division title and a Western Conference best 111 points in his first season behind the bench.
That's right, Jim. And that finish was good for 4th highest point total by a first-year head coach in NHL history.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Blocks it. Saved by Nurminen. Great save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Pushed off the puck. Rifles a shot. Turco denies him. Brings it out. In over the line. Turned aside by Nurminen. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Quick pass up. Over the blue line. Run over.
What a hit!
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. It's played over by Nurminen. In over the line. Saved by Nurminen. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out.
No ducking that one.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. In front. Leg save. Brings it out. It's moved across by Heatley. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out.
Jim, that's old-time hockey.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Over top.
Fires! Scores! I think he was screened. Now let's take a look at that one on the replay, Jim. Look at how well he executes the wrister to find the back of the net. What a beauty!
Atlanta will take the lead.
What a great way to open the period. A fast goal to set the tone.
Dallas wins the faceoff. He gets worked over by Exelby. Over the blue line. Centering pass by Vichy. Pad save. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. And the Stars win the draw. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Moved over. Shoved. Brings it out. It's played across by Oliver. Moved across. Over the line. Boucher pushes him. In front. Shoots. Kovalchuk scores!
The goalie had no chance on that one, Jim. Take a look at how he unloaded that wrist shot. Nice goal.
Is this game out of reach?
No, it's not out of reach, but it's getting close. A goal before the end of the period would really turn things around.
Up along the boards. Pass to the slot.
Assisted by number 15, Stanley.
Nurminen hangs on for the whistle. We're ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Aubin. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Exelby gets run over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Leveled.
That was a tough hit.
Nurminen gets some wood on it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pumped off the puck. DeMaio brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Muscled off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. White scores! What a goal!
That was a sweet goal on the breakaway. He made the most of it and lit the lamp.
The faceoff goes to Dallas. Along the boards. He gets hit by Zubov.
Stopped him cold.
Brings it out. Coast to coast. Shot from the wing by Morrow. Shot blocked by Heatley. In over the line. Kovalchuk gets checked. Hard one-timer by Heatley. Over the blue line. Knocked him off the puck. Moved up. Advances the puck. In front. Pad save by Nurminen. Out of their defensive end. Atlanta puts its second line out. Pavlid with shot. Turco reached out for the puck. Dallas Stars will make a line change. Shoots the puck. Nurminen made the save. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets leveled by Matvichuk. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by McEachran. In over the line. Run over. Long pass. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Pushed.
A little intimidation there.
Brings it out. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Numanen. Arnott brings it out. In over the line. Laid out.
That rattled him pretty well.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Rink wide pass. Over the blue line. Shoots it. He misses. Brings it out. Over the line. Saved by Turco. Brings it out. In over the line. Across. Rubbed off the puck. Nurminen moves it ahead. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Robitaille shoots the puck. Blocked. Over the blue line. Turgeon controls the puck. Pass back. Delayed call against Atlanta. And out they come with a puck. Bumped off the puck. Kovalchuk is going to the box for hooking. Dallas will get a second chance on the power play here. And the faceoff is won by Aubin. Over the line. Crushed.
He felt that one.
Brings it out. In over the line. He gets hit by Sutton.
He stops him cold.
Quick pass up. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck by Lettinen. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Morrow. A shot from the slot by Lettinen. Blocked by Heatley. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Slap shot by Medano. Leg save by Nurminen. In over the line. He gets rocked by Boucher. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Roughed up. Right in front. Stick save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Brings it out. In over the line. Turned aside by Turco. Dallas is now 0 for 2 on the power play. Over the line. It's passed across by Guerin. Young grabbed it. It's turned over by Arnott. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Knocked down. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Majewski. Brings it out. The crowd's upset. No penalty call. Crushed. And that'll do it for the second. 5-2 the score as we head to the break. Welcome back for the third period. Will we see a comeback?
Well, there's lots of ground to make up and not a whole lot of time.
Face-off won by Medano. Thrashed.
He won't forget that one.
Rink-wide pass. Offside Stars. Sometimes a coach likes to change the game and influence his bench with a little argument with the referee. You can see right here the reason for this argument. The puck is about to be dropped. And the faceoff is won by Arnott. It's played over by Tremblay. Over the line. He gets taken out by Numanen.
Nailed him. Hit. He really slammed into him there.
McEachran out of their defensive end. A lateral pass. Checked. Brings it out. Corson corrals the puck. In over the line. In Lettinen scores!
Nice backhand on that goal. He put it right past the goalie.
That's a tough stop for any goalie. Thrashers get the face-off. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets leveled by Zubak.
Sent him flying.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Advances the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Saved by Turco. Moved up. Checked. Brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Out of their defensive end. Caberlet feathered it. Turco hangs on for the whistle.
This goaltender's really effective with the puck. And Jim, that really helps out his defense when the puck gets dumped in. He's like having a third defenseman back there.
Dallas wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pass to the point. Laid out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Turned away by Turco. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Pushed off the puck. Corsi grabbed it. Moved back. Numanen feathered it. Hard backhander by Corson. Moved across by Sutton. Moved over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Checked. Lettinen brings it out. A lateral pass. In over the line. Nurminen stabs at it. He hangs on. About to drop the puck. And the Stars win the draw. Right in front. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Heatley. Guerin brings it out. Over the line. Medano gets pushed. One-timer. Over the blue line. He gets run over by Havilid. Kovalchuk. In over the line. Awesome save. Leveled. Dallas puts its third line out. The Thrashers just shoot the puck in. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Over. Into the attacking zone. He gets roughed up by DeMaio. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Delayed penalty coming up. Tremblay is going off for hooking. You can see that the coach isn't very happy about this call at all. Dallas will go on the power play once again. They weren't able to capitalize on their first power play. Let's see if they can do it here. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets hit by Zubak.
He came up fast and hit him hard.
Over center. Morrow shoots! Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit! Brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. Dumped in on the inboards by Heatley. We've reached the midway mark of the penalty, and they haven't been able to generate a whole lot of anything with a man advantage.
Jim, it looks like they're trying to make the perfect play out there. All they need to do is keep...
Ooh, look out! Big hit! Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Check. Hit! Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Moved across. Brings it out. In over the line.
Jim, what a tremendous move.
Great save by Nurminen. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Pushed. Dallas continues to struggle on the power play. They're now 0 for 3. In front. Nurminen denies him. He hangs on to the puck.
So much of this game is about confidence. Well, that's just it. Once a guy's found the scoreboard, he's always hungry for more.
Defenders should be keeping tabs on this guy. Dallas wins the faceoff. Move back. Over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In over the line. Barnes works him over. Advances the puck out of their defensive end. Over the line. One-times it. Nurminen with an awesome save. The Thrashers have applied tremendous pressure almost from the outset.
And they're winning all the battles for loose pucks. It's created a lot of chances. The hard work is paying off in the scoreboard.
Face-off won by Obed. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Majewski cranks one. Over the blue line with a wrist shot. In over the line. He gets rocked by Boucher. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets pushed by Exelby. Karen, quick shot. Saved by Nurminen. Played over. Out of their defensive end. He gets bowled over by Boucher. Over at center. Over the blue line. Vigier. In over the line. In front. Pad save by Turco. Madano brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Right in front. Out of their defensive end. End to end. McEachran fires it. Great glove. Pass back. Intercepted. Brings it out. Over the blue line. One time. Nurminen gets a pad on it. He covers up. Atlanta likes to play a hard, physical game.
They love to press the play all over the ice, and that wears opponents down.
Have to be prepared to grind it out against this team. Face-off won by Heatley. Brings it out. Over the line. Creamed. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Pass to the slot. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Clem bowls him over. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets taken out by Tremblay. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Hit. DeMaio. Over the line. One-timer. Blocked. Brings it out. It's dumped into the inboards by McEachran. Kovalchuk shoves him into the attacking zone. It's stolen by Haviland. McEachran grabbed it. Dallas puts its second line out. Kovalchuk gets shoved. In over the line. Knocked down out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Pad. Scores!
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
The faceoff goes to Dallas. Nice move there by Barnes. Brings it out. Over the line. 18,000 referees in the stands called a penalty. The two that count will not. Crushed.
He got slammed into on that one.
Into the attacking zone. Medvedchuk runs him over. And that ends this one. Dallas suffers yet another defeat and sees their losing streak continue.
Second star, number 25, Andy Sutton. And tonight's first star for Atlanta, number 7, Lewis Hazard.
From Atlanta, Georgia, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
Until next time, take care.
Goodbye.
You